thanks for joining. I'm a little crooked here. Just gonna maybe try and fix that a little bit. See if that's even a little better, maybe not. If not, if you're joining me in the morning, if you're joining me later in the evening, thank you. Today we are switching it up and we are going back to some stretch and flow today. We're gonna warm up our bodies. We're gonna get some stretching in here along with some movement to kind of help just loosen us up, let the stress, release from our bodies, and, just have some fun, hopefully. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be good for your body. Who knows? We're just going to wait a few minutes, not even, maybe like a minute till other people come on live with me, and then we're going to get started. You don't need any equipment for today. You just need your bodies, maybe a mat, a yoga mat for today's class, and that's it. Yeah, that is really it. So we're just gonna wait till some people come on live. You can probably, if you're watching this on a replay, first comment replay, second fast forward until maybe 2 minutes in, which I will comment above. Good morning, Adam. Thanks for joining. We are doing stretch and flow today. All right, so hopefully you'll join us. You don't need anything, just maybe a mat and yourself, and that's it. So I can't really see what you're saying. Good morning. Yes. So we're just gonna give maybe like another 30 seconds and then we're gonna get started. So just find a comfortable place where you can kind of get moving. You don't need any equipment, maybe just a mat. And we're gonna start standing. And if you haven't done already, maybe you're just gonna start increasing your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe a little side shuffle here and there. Just slight movement, and we're gonna get started. Make sure that your feet are about shoulder width or at least hip width. You can get a nice little side shuffle back and forth. Just allowing the body to move. It's first thing in the morning for most of us. We're gonna breathe through our nose. Every time we breathe in, we're gonna lengthen our spine even more. And then we're gonna exhale through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, stand up a little bit taller, and exhale through the mouth. Good, deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. We're gonna get some more movement here, so you can bring your feet a little bit wider if you'd like, or keep them where they are. We're gonna go into a quarter squat, and we're going to bring our hands down, sweep in all that air, breathe in, and exhale, reach up high. Inhale, breathe in. No, I'm gonna say exhale, breathe, reach down. Inhale, reach up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Reach up, lengthen that spine. Exhale, breathe out. Follow your breath. Dropping down into that quarter squat. Reaching up into that tall mountain pose. Exhale, sweep on down, send those hips back. Eyes look up between the hands at the top. And we're gonna hold here when you're at the top next. Interlace the fingers, and we're going to press the palms to the sky. We're gonna go to the left, back to center, and to the right, back to center. Sweep those arms down. One more sweep in, and all the way up. Good. We're gonna take that squat idea, and we're just gonna go and inhale side to side. So we're gonna squat and lift up to the side, squat, lift up to the other side. We're just lengthening the side body. You can get those sweeping arms if you'd like. Follow your breath with the movement. It's hard to talk and do this. Inhale as we reach up and we lengthen, breathing through the side body. Exhale, come down. Just breathing and moving. We're going to add a little bit more movement to this squat. We're going to come to one side, reach up and over, squat down, other side, reach up and over. So we're just going to do little side squats, reaching up and over. Good, stay with it. Just moving our body, waking it up, and getting a little side body stretch, something we don't get to do often, but also contributes to our posture. 2 more. And back to center. Good. Raise those shoulders all the way up. Big inhale. Squeeze them up high to our ears. Pinch them back and down. One more time. Reach all the way up and pinch them back and down. Take our arms. Let's sweep them behind us. Interlace our fingers. And we're going to press our palms away from us if you can. If not, just do your best to lengthen those elbows here. Roll those shoulders onto the back. If you'd like, bring those 2 pointer fingers together and reach them back to the back corner of your mat. Lifting that chest, lengthening and standing up even taller. Sorry, get a little yawn in there if you need. Really getting the blood flowing. And release the hands, shake it out. We're just going to let our arms just sway from side to side, let the blood flow. You know, a little side to side. If you want to get the whole body in, dropping a little bit lower. Kind of like we're swinging our arms side to side. Maybe you're practicing your golf swing here, I don't know. Just opening up, allowing movement in that lower back as you go from the right to the left. Good. Find some stillness. Our upper body, we're getting nice and warm. We're sending that energy down to our lower body. And we're going to continue with that energy going down to our lower body. We're going to bring our feet in towards under our hips. So they're nice and directly under our hips. They're maybe about 2 fists away if you bring your fists together. And we're going to keep our knees together. Or not knees together, our knees nice and locked out. As we reach down, try to touch our toes. Right, let our head hang. And now we're going to soften our knees. Let your head hang even more. Maybe you're resting that head or that chest on the thighs. You can shake your head yes or no. Just allow that energy of your spine and gravity to kind of take its course here and help you by stretching each vertebrae. So I want you to release any tension you have. Maybe you get a little bit deeper into that fold here. Soften those knees even more. Allow your hands to rest on the ground. Let your head become heavy. You can find a bind here with your elbows. And just taking some deep breaths. If you want to grab behind your legs, you can as well. Getting nice and deep in that stretch, really hugging that chest to the legs. We're going to bring our hands out to the top of the mat. And we're going to lengthen our legs. We're also going to lengthen our back here. Keep the shoulders away. Just stretching those hamstrings, stretch and lengthen that back. So we don't want to be nice and curved. So that's okay if your hands come to your shins. Some of us might be down here to our thighs, and some of us might be to our shins. And we're gonna fold, exhale, soften the knees. We're gonna sweep our hands to the left side of our body. Keep our hips facing forward. Come to the center and walk them over to our right side of our body. Get a nice deep side body stretch. Back to center, we're gonna lift halfway. Just straightening our legs, straightening our back. Deep breath here. Find all four corners of your feet, from your big toe to your pinky toe to your heels, and folding forward. Good, we're gonna rise all the way up now to a tall mountain pose. Reach up high and exhale, sweep on down. Again, folding forward. Lifting halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, standing up nice and tall. Exhale, fold. Soften those knees on that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen that spine, lengthen the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen again. And then this time we're gonna keep our knees locked out. We're gonna walk our hands all the way out to a high plank. When we do that, I want your head to be between your shoulders as much as possible. So we can really activate those shoulders here. Keep those legs locked out. Try and keep those heels down on the ground as long as possible until we get to a high plank. Good, bring those shoulders onto the back, and we're just gonna hold here. Engage that core, tuck the tailbone under, and breathe. Just holding, warming up our core muscles, finding awareness throughout our entire body. And we're gonna send back to downward facing dog. Pedal out our feet, increasing that hamstring stretch here. Also warming up the upper shoulders. So pedaling out, just bringing one foot up, heel up off the ground at a time. Good, we're gonna find some stillness. Inhale our right leg all the way up to the sky. Let's bend our knee. Try and send our knee to the sky. Let our weight hang over the opposite side. Just feel that stretch. And take that right leg, place it in between your hands at the top of your mat. We're gonna hold here. If you're nice and good. If you have a struggle to get nice and low, bring that hand on the inside of that foot. That way you can get nice and low into that stretch. Keep the back knee lifted. And those eyes at the top of your mat, just above where your foot is. Our knee is over our heel, maybe over our foot. Whatever you can do, just keep that front heel down. We're just stretching here, increasing the awareness in our back hip. And we're gonna take our foot, we're gonna send it all the way back up to the sky and rebend over to the side. Place it back down into a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And inhale, lift our left leg up to the sky. Again, bend that knee, send the hip to the sky. Let all that weight float onto the right side. And then bring that foot in between the hands or on the outside of the hand, staying into a nice low runner's lunge. Keep that back knee lifted. And we're just gonna breathe here, creating awareness through the hips. Stretching your front knee forward, your back heel all the way back. We're just stretching both legs going out to different directions. And just taking deep breaths, breathing through that back hip. And let's send this front foot all the way back to the sky and rebend the knee, opening up that hip again. Placing it back down into downward facing dog. We're going to take nice small steps, nice and slow, with our feet to our hands this time. Keep your head looking, eyes back to the back of your mat. As you walk, nice straight legs as much as possible to the front of your mat, and fold when you get here. Soften those knees. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain pose, and exhale, fold. As we are in this nice soft position, plant your hands back down. We're going to take our left leg, kick it back, and drop the back knee down. Release the toes so the top of the toes are on the mat. We're going to inhale, lift our hands up to the sky, pressing through that front heel. Maybe we're nice and low, maybe we're a little bit higher. Either way, we're tucking that tailbone under. We're opening up this back hip. We're just reaching up. Exhale, come back down. And just opening up. Maybe we're rocking forward with our back hip. Maybe when we inhale, we lift and we press through that front heel. We stand up nice and tall. We exhale, come forward. Keep that tailbone tucked even when you reach forward. I want a nice lengthened back leg all the way through the spine. Inhale, reach up, pressing through that front heel. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let's bring our hands to the center inside of our foot. And we're just going to walk our hands out to the front of our mat. So walking our hands out even wider. You can make those hands go wider if you'd like. And we're just going to where you can keep that back glute engaged. You want to keep that back hip tucked under. We don't want to lose that tension to anchor our core before we reach out with our extremities. So our core has to remain engaged so we have an anchor for everything we do moving away from that. Good. Walk those hands back in. Sweep them up. Rise one more time. Good. And we're going to stay here. We're going to take our right hand, same side as our front knee, and we're going to just place it onto our thigh. Our opposite hand, we're going to reach up and slightly bend over to the side. Maybe we even reach slightly back and come on back. We're going to do it again. Reach up past our bent knee. Maybe we're reaching back slightly after we pass that bent knee, and we come back to center. Make sure you're grounded in your front heel and your back knee when you do this. Squeeze and tuck that tailbone, that core, as we reach over and come on back. Hands come back in. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Really working this one side here. We're going to take our right elbow, reach towards our instep, get a little bit lower as our back knee stays lifted. Come back to low plank. Elbow to instep. And we're going to take that arm, we're going to sweep past our bent knee, looking up to the sky. Maybe we're pressing through this front heel, lifting up this hip, pushing it back so you feel it on the outside hip. Come back, elbow to knee, or elbow to instep. Sweep up and twist. Elbow to instep. Sweep up and twist. Exhale. Hand comes back down, straddling that front foot. You can send the energy back, standing up, or you can drop that back knee and still folding forward. Still that idea of folding over this front foot. It's okay if it bends. I want us just to fold over, get that chest on that thigh as much as possible. Bring the toes up to the sky. And just deepen our breath here. Deep breaths. We're going to re-bend into that knee. And again, deepen our breath. Make sure you're not sitting on the left side too much or your other side. Make sure you're nice and even. Hips are pulling back towards our back heel or the back of our mat. Nice and even. Rebend and stand on up. Take that leg, sweep it back to our other knee, so we're on our kneeling. Hands can come down into a tabletop. We're going to lift those knees up, send it up, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Walk those hands into those feet, and we're going to rise up, tall mountain pose. Good. Once you're here, I'm out of frame. Once you're here, let's stretch it out side to side. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Stretching out those hips. We're going to plant our hands, or if you're at the back of your mat, you're going to walk those hands out to the top and kick your opposite leg back this time and drop the knee. I'll come forward into the middle so you can maybe see me if you're following along. All right, staying nice and low. Here, we're just kicking that leg back. We're just trying to open up this back hip. So we want to tuck that tailbone under, squeeze the glute and hamstring of both legs. We're going to take our hands, we're going to sweep them up open. Maybe we press through that front heel, and we're going to reach up high to the sky. So we're stacking those hands, shoulder, hip, and knee. Coming back down, in or exhale, lengthen that spine. Inhale, press through that front heel. We're really working on this hip now. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward. Get a little bit deeper as we inhale. Maybe we lengthen that spine, reaching, resting our chest right in the middle of our thigh or on our thigh. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's plant our hands here. And we're going to bring them on the inside. Extend them out or come to your elbows. Nice and long. Remember, keep that back tailbone engaged, pressing the tops of the toes in the mat. And just breathe here. Breathe through that belly button. Breathe through where that waistband is. We want to press against that waistband with our breath, inhaling, letting our rib cage open, and come back down. Well, we want to extend. We're working from the inside of our body, helping stretch, not just stretch by getting these positions, but the breath pressing against. We're helping open up more and get even deeper in these stretches. Bringing and walking our hands back in to the center on the inside of our foot. We're going to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. We're going to get our inside elbow reaching towards our instep and come back. Let's reach towards our instep again, and this time let's sweep our arm open past the front leg up to the sky. Come back down, elbow to instep. This time press through that front heel a little bit more as you twist. Good, elbow to instep. Keep that back knee lifted and twist. Press through, send the hips back to the back mat. Come back down, elbow to instep and twist. Hand comes on the either side of your foot. I think I'm missing something, but that's okay. We're gonna drop the back knee, send our hips back, straighten that front leg, folding over. Breathe in and breathe out. Stretching this front leg. We're gonna rebend into that front knee and we're gonna send our hips back again. Again, it's okay if your leg doesn't lift or doesn't straighten completely. We just want to make sure our hips are in between both feet, sending and pulling this leg back so we're nice and square, we're not tilted, nice and square. Toes come up to the sky. Good, rebend and stand on up. We're gonna take our same side of our front foot, hand, rest it down on our thigh. Press through all corners of our feet, tuck that tailbone again, squeeze that glute. We're gonna lift up with our opposite hand up to the sky. Reach over and maybe we slightly reach back. Come back down. Inhale, reach up. If you'd like with this opposite hand, maybe you reach out past those toes or past that front knee and come back. Again, reach with both fingertips in opposite directions and come back. Let's do one more. Reach and twist. Good, let's bring our foot, let's sweep it on back. We're gonna just take our hands again to the front of our mat, into our four corners, into our tabletop. Tuck our back toes, lift our knees up into a downward facing dog. Pedal it out again. Good, keep pedaling. We're just gonna end with a little bit more of a hip opener. So we're gonna breathe in, reach our right leg up, open up that hip again if you can, pressing through those palms. So it's really important that our head is through those shoulders and stuff like this. We're gonna take that right leg, we're gonna send it forward. Just kidding. We're gonna send it forward so our foot is on the ground. Again, so it's between our feet. We're gonna lift up. So we're in this half kneeling position. And I want us to get comfortable. We're really working on opening these hips. So if you're comfortable, making sure that tailbone is tucked, reaching forward. You can use a strap or a towel if you want, if you need. But I want us to work on this back leg. So you can either reach around with your opposite hand for a nice, it's almost like a pretzel, which you'll relearn about later if you follow our posts. Or you can keep that front hand on the thigh or reaching forward and take the same side hand back. And we're just gonna grab at the ankle. Remember, squeeze the glute, squeeze the hamstring of our back leg especially, tuck that tailbone under, and we're just gently bringing or holding this foot here, this ankle, to get a little bit deeper in the stretch of our quadricep here. Just going and extending from this hip flexor down our quads a little bit more. If you're leaning forward, we want to make sure that we're in this nice lean forward. The top of our thigh above our knee is the one that's really going to be on the ground, not our knee itself. So you shouldn't really feel pain there. We're going to release and we're going to send back, stretch our front leg again. Good. Let's send this right leg back into the sky. Open up that hip and then place it back down. Our left leg is coming up. We're going to open up that hip. Even though it's nice and open now, we're going to take it, send it through to the front of our mat between our hands. Drop that back knee so we're in a nice kneeling position. We're going to reach forward, kind of rock our hips forward. Make sure we're not walking a straight line here. Tuck that tailbone, tuck that glute. And again, same arm if you'd like, or opposite. I like my same arm. I'm going to bend my knee. So I'm already in this rocked forward position. Once I lift my knee, I'm really on that front of that that thigh. And I'm just going to twist so both my hips are facing forward. I'm pressing nice and hard through both heels or my knee, and both my glutes are squeezed. Just breathing and focusing again on anchoring. Our anchor here is through our lower body. We're really keeping our engaged core here through the hips to connect both legs. And then we're just stretching and activating a lot through that hip flexor, down that quad. And release, bring our hands down, stretch that front foot. Send those hips back. And come on down to our tabletop one more time. We're going to come to our tabletop. We're just going to send our hips back, stretch those arms into a nice child's pose-like position. Press back up. Maybe we're opening up our hips even more, kind of in like an up dog position. We're just flowing through. Roll those shoulders on the back. Press the tops of our toes in. Maybe a little side to side wiggle, opening up those hips even more. And send back, child's pose. I'm just going to finish with some deep breaths here in child's pose. Deep breath through the nose. Exhale, let it out. We're going to press through those palms, sit back up, and sweep our legs forward and around. So sitting up nice and tall in a cross shin position. We're going to sweep those our shoulders up to the ears. We're going to exhale them back and down. And maybe if you want to just end with a little bit more movement, maybe our head side to side. Maybe you want to do some head rolls. Just start to begin to soften that breath. And then find some stillness. I want you to imagine or just focus on your breath in through the nose. Nice and soft in our shoulders. Soft in our jaw. Soft in our belly. But nice and strong through our upper back and through our sit bones. Notice where the breath is going in through the body, how the body rises and falls. As the breath comes out through the mouth, feel the heat rise and exit the body. And the nice cool air come in through the nose. And just take one moment before you go into the rest of your day today, just to think of an intention, whether that be your intention to stay focused or on your work for a certain amount of time, or to find more balance. Find the intention of even how you want to feel throughout the day. Whether you want to stay relaxed today or energized. Think about what that means for you in your day. And just make this commitment. Maybe you write it down after you go back today to your desk. And you kind of have it posted as a reminder. But just think of one thing, one feeling of something that you need. Just try to keep that as a reminder and make the commitment, no matter how much you fall off or fall away from it, to come back to that. One final deep breath in. Let's bring our palms to the touch in our heart center. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, thumbs come to our third eye and bow forward. Thank you for joining me today for a little stretch and flow or yoga, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you guys felt a little bit warmed up, ready to take on maybe your desk job or the stress of the day. We got to stretch out some of those common areas that really get nice and tense and tight. And yeah, comment below anything you'd like, if this was really good for you. If there's other areas that you really want to focus on. And I think we're going to switch back to some yoga or some stretch and flow, and just kind of help you guys refresh. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Adam. That felt great. I love it. See you guys.